How many people, though, can say they were actually at Queen Elizabeth II's coronation? Well, our next guest can. 90-year-old Molly Hawkins is with us. Very warm welcome to you, Molly. Thank you for your memories with us here on GB News. Can you remember that day?
I can remember it very vividly, and it was one of the most outstanding days, I think, of our lives at that time. My husband and I had only been married 2 months, and we decided we'd do some strap hanging, as we normally did, every day to and from work, but we didn't realise that the tube and the buses would be absolutely packed, and it was quite an adventure. We got on the underground to go up to Pall Mall. We decided to go to Pall Mall, and oh, she looked so beautiful then. I can't tell you. She was like she was exactly like a beautiful princess, and her eyes were the most lovely colour. We saw her on the way back from the Abbey, not on the way to the Abbey, and we got there so early to Pall Mall that we had a curbside seat, which was lovely because we had a real grandstand view of her, and this lovely golden coach. It was magical, really.
Yes.
It was a very long wait. We couldn't see her till about 20 past 4 in the morning, but it was well worth the wait, and we were astonished as we looked around at the crowd behind. By then there were thousands, of course, behind us too, and to see even the men had tears in their eyes. I think because of the uniqueness of the whole thing, it was such an unusual and wonderful and captivating day, really.
Yeah, and of course,
we could do that.
Yeah, not that long, of course, after the end of the war and the death of King George VI, I think, shocked many people as well. So this was an occasion for austerity, Britain as it still was, to come together. I mean, yes. I think I'm right in saying you still had rationing at that time. You couldn't get sweets or sugar.
Oh, we couldn't get sweets or sugar no, we couldn't at that time. We were still rationed. Things were much easier than they had been, and so clothes coupons were much easier, but food was still, largely rationed, especially meats and so on. When King George died, that was a tremendous shock. I was working at Debenhams in London at the time, and there was just a sort of a loud hailer telling the whole firm that King George had passed away. And that was a real shock, although it was semi-expected. It's always a shock. And then, of course, it was preparation for our lovely Queen. And I'm convinced that she couldn't have done this on her own as a normal human being. I can't imagine anyone being able to do what she did without some divine intervention and to give her the wisdom and the strength and the courage to all that weight of monarchy on your shoulders. Yeah. I can't even imagine
and indeed, that was the oath she took, of course, at the coronation, and the anointing with the oil. This was a duty that she took on before God. What will you be thinking now? We have this moment of reflection, a minute's silence in about half an hour's time. What will be going through your mind at that time?
I think praying that the next heir to the throne and all who surround him will be given that same wisdom and what can I say? Wisdom and unique gifts that are needed when you're a monarch. It's such a different life from all of us, and just praying for his strength, King Charles, strength at the moment, and for those who surround him. And, of course, for the rest of the family. But to give thanks, really, that we've had such a wonderful, wonderful reign for so long.